In this video, I'm going to teach you how to paint your nails on both of your hands, your left and your right hand. So I'm going to teach you how you can do that. Choose a nail polish that is a light color, like maybe like some light pinks, or maybe even like I have here this light orange color compared to like this darker color, because the thing is that these, it can get really messy. So when you're first learning, you might make some mistakes, and you don't want anything to discourage you from practicing. So it might get all over your hands. It's just better to just go with the light colors. Or you can opt for the option of just practicing with clear until you get it 100% accurate. Now, I didn't try it out with a clear polish, but I wish that I did, um, because it just gives you a little stability when you reach for these reds here and stuff like that. But also, maybe if you like are somebody that wants to do color like really bad, I wouldn't opt out for like these glittery nail polishes, because these also can get really messy, and it might discourage you from practicing later. Especially when like trying to rub them off, it can get all like stuck all over your hands and stuff like that. So forget dark colors. They're not really the best way to go about it, because things can get really messy. I remember when I first tried, I went for the red and it got really messy, and I think I had to stop practicing. I had to stop trying because I had wasted the whole bottle of nail polish remover. So yeah, that really messed me up. But I went back at it like the next day or whenever I could get another bottle. Now, I'm not going to teach you like how to do a manicure, because this is just about really just painting your nails and how to do do it on both of your hands. Okay, so yeah, the clear might be the best way, because even if you mess up, it's easy to fix and it's not going to get as messy. And yeah, so you might want to try it with the clear. When I was starting, I actually didn't start with the clear. I went like straight for these light colors, these light pinks, or even I think it was like one of those nail polishes that you get when you do your French tip, that it actually looks really natural and it looks really like your nails. I started off with that. But even that can get messy. So yeah, I personally didn't start off with the clear, but it might be a better option for you, or you can just try both. So you just want to be prepared when you're going to start. So you want to make sure that you have a bottle of nail polish remover, maybe even two or even three. You want to have your tissue paper with you, for the nail polish remover, and you want to make sure that your table, whatever you're working on, is protected. So I have this little cutout cardboard here, or you can use like a paper towel, paper towel roll, but you want to layer it up. So use like 4 or 5 layers of paper towel and just staple it. So that way, because the nail polish can seep through and then it'll mess up with your counter. That actually happened to me too. So you don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure your table is protected. Recently, I made a video on how to grow your nails and how to stop nail biting. So if you are somebody who has really short nails from nail biting, then you really want to do the clear. And I wish that I had known that, because I remember one time when I was a real serious nail biter, my nails were really short, and I think at that time it was like I had a little bit of discomfort on my nails, and I was trying to paint my nails, and I didn't paint them because it was just too short and it just didn't look right to me, and I didn't feel comfortable. And I tried to grow them out a little bit. So if you are able to grow them out with without nail polish, then you might want to give yourself a little bit of time before you even attempt painting them, just to give yourself a little bit of room and a little bit of space, because the brushes to the nail polish are really thin, so it might give you a little bit trouble painting your nail. Also, but I wish I knew that, because at the time it would have been great if I would have just used the clear. So if you do have short nails, don't worry, the clear polish is the way to go about it. I wanted to talk about a little bit more about the difference between clear and color, because Originally, when I started learning how to give myself a manicure, I did not start with the clear, but it's a lot easier. It's gonna really help you and prep you to getting to the color. Also, if you're trying to grow your nails, then it's going to prepare you for the days when you actually have your nails bare without any nail polish. So it's an important part when it comes to continuing the process of growing your nails because you might become too used to not biting your nails or growing your nails with the nail polish, and then it might backfire when you go natural. So you want to be careful of that, and also using the clear polish instead of going for the color is going to prepare you for when your nails are bare. So it's like skipping that whole step. That's actually the step that I'm on now. So you might want to consider learning with using the clear polish instead. Because I definitely wish that I had, because right now I'm still in the process of transitioning from color to bare, and it's a big difference, especially for a nail biter. That could really throw you off. It's important to look at nail painting as like regular painting because it's a brush. When it comes to painting the nail, you want to fill in almost like coloring and painting at the same time. You want to color in and paint in, you want to color in by painting your nail and by staying within the line. And if you are somebody that paints or have painted before, then you know how you can use the paint to, without actually having to go to the very edge. Can you see that? You can see how you, oops. I just messed up my nail. I just messed up on YouTube. Okay, so if you are somebody that paints, you know how you can use the brush to manipulate the paint to actually go places without having to move, without actually having to place the brush there. So you want to keep that. Maybe it's going to be better if I show you with some color, with a darker color. So that's something that I just keep that in mind because you want to use the paintbrush like as if you're painting or like as if you're painting a picture. And you want to keep in mind that you're coloring your nail as if you're using a coloring book in the sense that you want to stay within the lines. And besides that, I also want to talk to you about the size of the brush. So if you're first learning, right, you want to opt for a brush nail polish with a bigger brush set. So like this one is really wide compared to the one I was just using. It's really thin, and that's gonna help you. The bigger the brush, then that means it's gonna use more space when you're actually painting the nail. So you're gonna get done painting a lot faster. So definitely want to try Sally. Ooh, definitely want to try this Sally Hansen Insta Dry. And I got this at Walgreens. So you want to check that out. This nail polish is really fast drying. Because one of the things you learn when you're painting your nails is patience, because after you're done painting your nails, you need to dry your nails and you can't move around a lot. So you have to it's gonna come in handy if your nail polish dries a lot faster. So yeah, definitely get the Sally Hansen Insta Dry. It's gonna be your favorite too. Also, it's actually really thick, so you're only gonna need one coat. Um, well, that's at least what I do. Another thing to know is that the amount you want to have on the brush. You see right now it's dripping. So you don't want that because then that's going to make it really messy. So you want to have just the right amount where it's not dripping enough. You can just hold it up if it's not dripping. And just have enough that you can place it on your finger. Enough that you can have enough on the brush, place it on your finger, and then spread it around. Let me show you with paint, with the actual color, because you can see it better on my nail. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the middle finger here. So as you can see, maybe you want to start off in the center, right? So imagine that you're coloring like a picture book, right? But you're using your paint to do it. Now, if you're somebody that paints, that is a painter, then you know that there's a way to use the paintbrush. You can move the paint around without actually having to, can you see that? Without actually having to place the um the brush there. Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. Manipulating the paint with your paintbrush. So I'm gonna take this board here, right? We place the paint here, and I'm moving down the paint without actually placing the paint all the way here, right? I want to go over here, but I'm gonna push this paint without placing it there, right? I'm just gonna push it down, push it down. So that's what I mean about using the paintbrush to manipulate the paint, right? To move it around where you want it to go. So imagine this is like the edge of your nail, right? This cardboard right here, that's going to be the edge of your nail. And we want to take this paint and we're going to do that same thing. So let's say you start in the middle of your nail, right? Let's say we're painting right in the middle of our nail. That's the edge. So you want to do the same thing. You're going to use the sides and you're just going to manipulate the paint to get to the edge of the nail without having to actually put the paintbrush right at the edge. So that's the difference. And it's just like painting, a picture. That's what you would do if you were using paint to actually color a coloring book. And maybe you want to try it. Maybe you can do that. You can use the paint on a coloring book and practice manipulating the paint that way. So hopefully that explains things. And I'm going to show you on my actual nail too. So I asked my sister to borrow one of her coloring books, and I found this little dinosaur page here. And you can get this at the store, Dollar Tree, or get it for $1, or you could just print out a picture from your home. And it's funny because it actually looks like a little nail right here. And I even pulled out the green nail polish for this one. And this is also Insta Dry from Sally Hansen. I told you it's my new favorite nail polish. Don't feel embarrassed, if you're older, like, oh no, why why should I? I'm too old to color. Don't feel like that, okay? And you know what? I've actually never have painted um a coloring book with nail polish before. There's a different kind of feel to it. So this is good practice. And maybe even like a section right here, right? Because you're going to get in the center and then you just have to move it to the line. So it's really, right? It's really just, you see there's like a little glob of paint at the very tip of it. So you're just going to do the same thing. Manipulate that paint to get to the edge without getting over the line. When you are going to paint your nails, right? I think the best thing to do is to stand, because it's going to distract you from your nervousness. If you're nervous or a little bit shaky, you can apply just a little bit of pressure on your hand, on the table or the surface that you're using, and that's going to distract you from any nerves, and it's going to allow you to concentrate on what you're actually doing. Hopefully I explained that well enough. But don't put a lot of pressure, just enough pressure, just to give you some stability. But maybe you're like somebody who just doesn't like to stand. You could try it sitting down and just remember to apply the pressure on the bottom of your palm. So that way you can it'll help you. It's just a little tip. It'll help you. Um, let's see what else. Okay, so now I am going to just get to the actual painting of the nail. And I'll show you both. I will show you painting the nail on with clear and with, a darker color. So, ah, here we go. I have enough paint on there. I'm gonna try to do it pretending like as if I'm someone who's never done it before. So I'm going to go towards the center and then just kind of use that the same way that we painted on the coloring book. Then make sure you get to, rotate your finger just a little, right? Rotate it to get to the side. And try to get as close as you can. And then you do the same thing to the other side. Okay, and now the thing if you didn't put enough paint on your paintbrush, if you're somebody who has, everybody has watercolored or painted before, you know that you might get some streaks. So you need just the right amount of paint on the paintbrush to really eliminate those streaks on your fingers and make sure they have an even coat. So you need just the right amount. I don't know if I showed you this before, but you don't want it to drip. You just want the right amount, just enough for your hand. So right now it's not even dripping. So that means you should have enough, but it looks coated. The paintbrush looks coated, but it's not dripping. So that's the one way to know that you have enough. Okay, so now let's get to the clear polish, which I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Not dripping. And we're going to paint it. It's a little less, it's not as nerve-wracking, right? You'll be a little less nervous using the clear polish. And it's also a little bit more, it has it's more watery, so it can definitely get to the edges a lot easier. That's what I just noticed. Yeah, so just let's practice. Let's keep going. Let me get my pinky here. And I told you, I'm still growing my nails. I really want to get them past the edges of my fingers, so I can look at them from the behind my hand. But it's a process. It's gonna take some time. And it's the same thing with this. It's gonna take some time to really master it. Okay? And also this brush is kind of, really really thick, so you might have to angle the brush just a little bit to fit your nail. You see, look, I got those streaks on my nails because I didn't put enough. And also, besides not having enough paint on your brush, it can also, if you leave out the paintbrush for too long, it'll dry out, and then you'll get that result. If I add just a little bit more, it'll water it down, like as if I was watercolor painting. And then I would just, with, an nail utensil, I would just go in and clean that part off. And don't forget to double check that you got the edges really well. I have my cuticle stick here, which is something you might use when you're giving yourself a manicure, and it's great to have during the time that you are painting your nails, because it will help you to clean off any paint that maybe gets on the sides of your nails. It'll help you to clean your nails. So it's just a great tool to have. They have them on Amazon. I saw a bunch of them for like $5, or Ultra Beauty has them for $3.50. And it comes like with a pack of them. So they're really good to have. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that in handy. This one is just it's just an example of it. Normally they come like as wood or maybe metal, but this one is plastic. With the clear polish, right? You see how it shines in the light? It's also going to be really good for you to analyze your work, because when you use clear polish, you're going to be able to see if you missed any spots on the sides or on the bottom. So that's going to help you to perfect things. I'm not like a perfect pro. I don't know how to do some designs. I'm still learning how to do designs, and maybe that's something we can learn together. But definitely I'm pretty good when it comes to painting the nails. For your basic, this is like perfect. And you see how dark. I did one coat of paint on this nail, and you can see it's pretty dark. You don't really need to do two coats with this nail polish. So that's what I really like about it. Besides it drying really fast. And it actually takes about maybe like 5 to 8 minutes before it is completely dried with one coat. That's just with one coat. Typically like your normal nail polishes take longer, maybe like 20 minutes or longer to be fully completely dry. So that's a big time difference. This is really my favorite. So when it comes to painting with the opposite hand, whether you're a righty or a lefty, you want to just be patient. You can even try painting with the left hand on the coloring book, or in the coloring book. So that'll give you some practice with the left hand before you attempt the nails. Or you can just go straight right into it and see how it goes. Just give yourself, be patient with yourself. Um, just try to just know it's going to take some time. Just go slowly, and use the coloring book. The coloring book is going to really help you get that practice in with the left hand. And it's actually another video that I wanted to make, which is like, because I want to learn how to write with both hands. And I'm pretty good at at using my left hands with a lot of things. But over time, you're going to see yourself using your left hand for a lot more than you normally did before. So that's a good thing. And I'm going to make a video on that too. Okay, now let me show you with the left hand. So I already tried, but I'm going to try to re-explain it. With the left hand, we're going to get our paintbrush ready, get the right amount. You're probably going to switch off hands, right, for the first time. Holding the paintbrush from one hand to the next, we're going to place our hand down. Just apply a little bit of pressure. Ah, oh no, I messed up. That's okay. That's okay. Just keep going, right? Because you can always come back to that area and clean it up afterwards. So it's just a little bit uncomfortable for me because of the computer. But we're just going to apply the same method. You just have to, give yourself some time. Don't try to rush through it. Work really slowly and manipulate that paint with the brush. Get to the tips and the edges and all the way to the ends. And that's with my left hand. Okay, and remember that it's just gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. It's going to take some practice. Remember to get that rotation in, that finger rotation. So you want to make sure you get the edges. And you can see that I got to the edge, right? That's okay. This is actually a perfect example because as you're learning, I swear I'm actually better than this. Better, I swear I'm better than what I'm showing you. But this is actually a good example of what I want to tell you is, maybe this might happen. You might get some streaks in. Can you see? Yeah, you might get some streaks in. It might be, maybe not as smooth and as perfect, but if you're able to, finish one nail, just move on to the next one because you want to see what your end result is because that's how you're going to learn. I wouldn't bother nail polish removing because it's going to take time away from your practice. So the more practice you get in, the better for you. I'm hunched over and my computer is in the way, so I don't have a complete steady hand. So that's why I'm like messing up really bad. So just keep moving on to the next. And here's the thumb. So when it comes to the thumbs, just, I'm going to show you. Just press down just like this so that way you can get the full coverage of your thumb. But this is something I didn't show you when it comes to the right hand. And there we go. Kind of felt like that was my first time in a way because of my computer. Now let's say you're finished, right? You got both hands, you completed. What I would do for fun, which is something I wish that I had done, was just let it dry. No matter what you have, even if you have like a little speck there, just let it dry on your hands and then wear them out. Go to the store, get something. Don't be embarrassed. Be proud of the work that you just completed because, this is going to motivate you. If you do this little tip here, wearing your finished product outside, it's going to motivate you to try it again because you're going to want to perfect it. You want to get it. You're going to want to get it perfect. And you want to be proud of what you've done. I was first starting out, I kept removing the nail polish after I made the attempt, and I ended up regretting it because it was like I wasn't getting anywhere until somebody told me I should just wear them out, and that's what I did, and it actually motivated me to keep going. So, um, yeah, I think that's a good tip to remember. When you're done, you're gonna take your nail polish remover, and that's the best way to put the remover on the napkin. If this is your very first time ever using nail polish or ever using nail polish remover, then you're gonna place the the paper over the hole firmly. You're gonna put it on top very firmly, and then just tip it over really quickly, and then you will you will see that the nail polish is on the napkin, in the napkin, and you're not going to get any spills. So let's see, I got my skin right there. Just going to go in and try to take that off. Now, before you start cleaning your nails, make sure that they're dry. I want to just try to use this part of your hand, right? Of course, you don't want to use the nail, so you got to be really careful and just make sure that you hold it in a way where the paper, the napkin, the nail polish remover is far away from the actual nail. So then that would allow you to, get where you need to get, right? And that's with anything. Whatever you're doing with the nail, if it's drying, just try to use this part of your hand to keep the nail safe. Okay, and now I want to talk to you guys a little more about painting your nails. So now you get to meet me. Hello, it's me, Angelica Collado. I'm the one behind the nails. In case this is your first time ever watching my videos, my name is Angelica, and yes, so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more on, why you should decide to start painting your nails and growing your natural nails instead of opting for, tips or maybe even box nails, like the press on with the glue and stuff like that. I want to talk a little bit more about that and maybe just give you a little bit more tips just in case anything comes up. So yeah, well, number one, it is healthier. It's healthier for you to grow your natural nail tips and glues. All those types of things can rip off, and they can basically break your nails, right? If you ever talk to somebody who actually is somebody who does their nails every week, they'll tell you that their nails are like paper thin and they're really short and they break really easily. It's really hard to get back your nails. If you're somebody who doesn't do tips, trust me, don't opt for it. I mean, I've done them a couple of times, but it's better to grow your natural nail because it is very possible for your nails to grow just as strong and just as beautiful as tips or box nails. Okay, so it is very possible, and you need to know that. Um, let's see what else that I want to say. And how could you do that, right? So you can definitely watch my other video on how to grow your nails. It's just about giving your nails the opportunity to grow naturally, not biting them, not putting a lot of chemicals on your nails. And I know that even nail polish can actually affect the strength of your nail, but we're all human. It's realistic for us to wear nail polish. Um, which is why I think the clear version of nail polish is better. It's the best way to go about learning how to wear your nails bare, wearing your natural nails bare. That is the best way to go about it because it's clear. So it looks like you're not wearing anything versus, you know, you can see the difference, color and this clear nail polish, it gives you the illusion that your nails are already natural and they're bare, right? So it helps you, it trains yourself to not have to wear nail polish, basically. So eventually I'll get there where it'll be completely 100% natural and they can grow just as strong as tips, right? Or as strong as they're meant to be, basically. So, my words are all stumbling. Okay, so yeah, that is what I'm trying to get at here is that it is better for your nails to be natural. And it takes some time to get used to because even for me, growing my nail and it looking all weird, it doesn't look as nice as natural nails because of the nail biting habit because they're so short, right? That's just gonna come with time. In time, they will stop looking like this. And as they grow longer, the more they will look nicer. So, so just keep that in mind, right? It's going to take some time. It's going to take practice for you to get up to that level, right? You need time and you need practice in order for you to like them. But the more time you have with your natural nail, the more you will start to like how they look. Um, and yeah, it's better for you. Now let's see what else. Also, here's another little tip. It's actually true that guys like a girl to have natural nails. And I know that you're probably thinking, really? Like, that doesn't sound accurate, but it's actually really true because natural nails, they mean that you're real. You know what I mean? It's like you're real. You have, that thing going for yourself. You have that confidence to wear your nails natural. So, um, so yeah, that's what I heard, and I actually believe it because it's true. It's like you ever heard some guy say, "Oh, you look beautiful without makeup," right? So it's just like that. It's like the same concept. It's just like natural is more better than fake. Um, and also if you're a guy, guys, I mean girls like if a guy has natural nails. I mean, natural nice nails. a guy to have like nice clean hands, and their hands look safe. They look like trustworthy, like, what I mean? And their nails are all nice and shaped, and maybe even some clear nail polish. Don't be afraid to to get into this kind of stuff too, because it's actually more common, and a lot of people actually do prefer that. You know what I mean? Like some girls, maybe they don't care if a guy has their nails done, you know what I mean? But they would prefer if their hands were nice and clean and ready for an interview, you know what I mean? So yeah, keep that in mind if you're trying to grow your nails, and if you are getting into, you know, um, male, what's the word what am I looking for? The word I'm looking for. Darn, I can't think of the word right now, but if you're trying to take care of yourself, and you're a male, definitely go this route because it's worth it. It is worth it. So yeah, don't be afraid of that. And it's also it's also godly. You know what I mean? Like you want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of yourself and be healthy, and that is the way to go about it. So, you know, definitely try it out. Here is another thing. It is also going to help you, practicing painting your nails is going to help you use both of your hands, which is, I know it's, maybe something small, but it's actually really a big thing because, if you're a righty, you're probably using your right hand all of the time. You know what I mean? You're going to get that practice with the left hand, which reminds me, it's while you're practicing painting your nails, you also want to try using your left hand more often, because the more practice you get using your left hand and it becoming dominant as equal to the right hand or whatever hand you normally use, then you're going to get that practice in, and it's going to be easier for you to paint your nails with your opposite hand. So yeah, keep that in mind. But maybe I should save that for the other video, but I wanted to say that, that it's gonna be really good for you when it comes to learning how to use both of your hands. So that's another reason why you wanna opt for painting your nails instead of anything else, or just to practice it. And if you're somebody who's hesitant, like let's say right now, maybe you're not gonna go out, maybe you might not go out to Rite Aid or Walgreens to get some nail polish or nail polish remover. So during that time until now and your first attempt, start using your left hand, right? You can stand on it more often. You can practice holding things with it instead of your right hand. If you read often, try holding the book with the left hand. There's a lot of small, simple things that you can do to get that practice in with your left hand. And that's another video idea of mine about learning how to use your opposite hand. Let's see. It's also just a great thing to say that you know how to do, It's just one of those things that you can say you learn how to do. You can go beyond. You can become, the best nail artist in the world. I mean, who knows, right? So keep going, keep going. It's also going to save you a lot of money. So it's been about a year for me, right? I said this in my how to grow your nails video and stop biting your nails. That video I said that it was a year of me learning the process of it all. And I haven't done my nails in the salon for about a year or maybe even more, a year and a half or so. So it saves me a lot of money just doing it myself. And when you learn how to actually do it yourself and you get really, really comfortable, you're not going to want to go to the nail salon to paint your nails for $10. You're not going to want to, or whatever you pay. You know what I mean? You're going to want to do it for yourself because it's more convenient, right? And it's worth it, trust me. Let's see. Uh, okay, I think that's about it. I hope that I explained everything really well. Basically, when it comes down to it, it's just practice, and it's just about knowing that it's going to take some time. Don't expect to be, really good at it right away because you're still learning at it, you're still getting practice. But it's definitely possible, okay? And remember that the process is going to keep going until you are the master at it, okay? Now, I think that's it. That's really all for the video. That's all that I wanted to say. I have other videos on my channel. It's not just about beauty or nails. I have toy videos on there. I have beauty secrets. They're more like beauty advice or beauty tips kind of thing. I have music. Music, that is how my whole channel started. I write songs. I'm a songwriter. I'm a singer. So you can hear some of my original written work if you'd like to. And I'm going to put a link to where you can find all my other videos because apparently there's some trouble with people finding all of my videos. So it might look like I have like only 7 videos, but I actually have more. So I'm going to put that link in, for you guys so you guys can find them. But yeah, okay, so that is it. That's all for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And subscribe if you can. And watch my other videos. Okay, alright, that's all. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, Happy New Year. Bye.